Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone's having a good day. Today's kind of a different video, and we've had a lot of questions about it, so I figured I would just make a video about it. So it's about our first kiss and why it took us so long.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell them when our first kiss was?
Well, our first kiss...
Not the date, just when.
Was when the day we got engaged.
Yeah, let that sink in.
I mean, it wasn't like... It's not like we didn't, like, kiss on the pecs and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like,
so
actually
our
on
first,
the
like,
lips.
real kiss on the lips was in the day we got engaged.
Yeah.
Which is very strange for a lot of people.
And it kind of was even strange for us. I think what happened, though, is you know, a lot of times from a guy's perspective, and just things that I've felt like I've learned is that you lead into one thing and it goes into another and another and another. And before you know it, none of that's actually fulfilling. Kissing someone's not fulfilling.
Yeah.
And
so
it's just like it's like getting on an on-ramp of a highway. You know, it's like you're only going one way, and so it's not saying it's right or wrong or there's anything Bible-based about it. It's just more like, hey, if we just preserve this and we don't build it all off things and we don't really tempt ourselves, and we'll be fine, and it'll happen when it happens.
Yeah, but I think, like, for background, like, the whole basic reason was because when we started dating, we were like, we're not going to have sex before we get married. And so we thought about what kind of things would take us down the wrong path, and just bring up too much temptation, which is why we don't sleep in the same bed, why we don't spend the night together.
Yeah.
And then this was more so JJ's doing, because I remember when we first, like, were just kind of friends and hanging out, and you were like, I don't think I'm even going to kiss the next girl I date. And I was like, geez, that sounds super crazy. Like, the kissing's like a part of the relationship. And then we ended up dating, and I'm like, oh great, now I'm like never going to get kissed. But, yeah, but it's so strange. It was to me. It was a new kind of relationship. I mean, for you too. Like, we've never not dated someone and like kissed them, so it was like super strange. But and I had a lot of people tell me that, like, how can you feel close to someone when you're not doing like anything intimate? And I thought the same thing. I used to think from like an outsider's. I'm like, yeah, that would be weird, because I've heard of people like waiting to kiss until their wedding day, and I always thought that was really strange. But from being on both sides, like, you don't need the kissing. Like, I even thought, I'm like, I'm not going to feel close to them, but it's just the opposite.
Yeah, and it doesn't build itself off of... I mean, you can... Eventually what happens is you can kiss, and then that turns into making out, and then that turns into making out for like 6 hours on a couch. Before you know it, it's like, well, we just wasted all Saturday and we're not really doing anything. And we're not really growing much together or doing things or anything like that. It's actually... It's just all based off of like desires, and it then just leads down the road of that. And I know for us, we didn't want that to happen, so we also didn't put too much pressure on it if it did happen. You know, I mean, if it happened, if it would have happened earlier, it would have happened earlier. Big deal. You know, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. But it was because our desire wasn't for those things that we didn't seem to have its a roadblock come up with it. And so it eventually became the point where you didn't think twice of it. It wasn't like we weren't growing closer or anything. We just didn't. It just became kind of, you know, you get in those rhyming routines within your relationship, and ours just didn't have kissing or a bunch of making out or anything like that. And so it just became part of kind of our relationship, was that just wasn't part of it, and then we were both okay with it. It was a good thing, and I think it allowed us to get to know each other in better ways than just physically. So that was, I mean, now it's like we don't even care about the kissing, because, you know, we're going to be getting married soon, and you know, there's stuff better than kissing. But it was something that helped preserve our relationship and kind of set it on the right course, I think.
Yeah, it's just like we knew that, like, the point of making out, I mean, it's just, it always leads to something else. Yeah. And we just don't want to put ourselves in that situation where we would be too tempted, and then it just gets like super frustrating. Yeah. Because you want to do more, but you can, and so just not even even starting that. And it's really cool to be able to say, like, our relationship is not built on any type of like physical activity at all.
Well, and the nice thing with that is if you have that purity in it already, or you're preserving it, it means that you guys can go watch a movie together at someone's house in a room by yourself without feeling like you guys are just gonna jump each other's, bones on the couch right then and there. So it just helps. It just helps with like not having to have, oh well, we're in the room together. We gotta get out of the house. We gotta get out of the house, and then you're always battling yourself, and you're battling sin, and it's just hard. You're battling not necessarily sin, but temptation to do something you shouldn't. And at least when you're not married, and it's just it just complicates things sometimes. So. Bottom line, that's kind of what we determined, and we said, well, let's preserve it then. And then, like I said, it is just kissing, so it's not the end of the world, but it is just, like Jesse said, there's always leads to something more, because kissing won't gratify that much.
Yeah, it's not satisfying enough.
Right, and so it's like getting on the merge ramp of a highway. You're eventually going downtown, and you need to get on an exit 20 miles north. Your intentions to get downtown, and so you're getting on the highway. It's just the start of it, and then it's just okay. I'm going one way. So that's kind of why in that nutshell, it's helped us. I really believe that.
No, I'm really thankful. Like I said, I never would have thought I would be doing that, but now looking back, like it's really cool, and it's like been such a blessing for our relationship.
Yeah.
It's just really strange. Like we get it, we know it's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in 2017, like it is super weird.
It is weird. It's something that I think in a lot of times, even Christian, non-Christian, whatever the case, people who oftentimes will go, well, it doesn't say much about in the Bible about that or this, that, and the other thing, and and that's true. It doesn't say anything specifically about kissing, but it just does. You start noticing that there's some things that, hey, if I do this, every time I do this happens, and every time that happens, this happens, and I don't want to go there. And so it's just, especially from a guy's perspective, it's very difficult when your girlfriend or now fiance is beautiful and it's just keeping your hands off of you. Yes, it's just it's harder, and it becomes harder and harder the more you give into it. So. You don't start, it doesn't, and none of that even starts, which is great.
Yeah, and I think God also just kind of like took away that desire from me. Like once we kind of decided that, like I wasn't over here like, oh my gosh, I just like really want to make out with him. It's just like, I don't know, I think he really protected us in our relationship. We definitely prayed about it a lot, but yeah, I think God really protected us and kind of took away some of those desires. Mm-hmm. But yeah, let us know if you guys know anybody else that's done this or what's your thoughts on this. But be nice to us because I know it's kind of strange.
Yeah, it is strange, but we'd like to hear what you have to say, and if you've had any similar experiences. Mm-hmm. So.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching.
It's your channel. You gotta close out.
I know. Let me know if you guys want JJ to come in more. He's been on like all my videos now.
You guys can be honest about that though. If you don't want me, just tell me, so I don't keep bombarding Jesse to be in all the videos.
No, we want him, and he likes it too.
I do like it.
Okay, we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye. Bye.